According to consultant studies, Rochester International Airport loses 1,400 passengers a day to MSP. Today, representatives from an aviation consulting firm called Volaire spoke at the City Council study session to discuss future plans. KIMT News 3's Emma Esteb is here to tell us how RST is hoping to bring in more passengers. Emma?
Yes, Cami, the company is looking to add 2 direct flights from Rochester to both Orlando, Florida and Phoenix, Arizona to attract more people to the Rochester International Airport. And to make this possible, a minimum revenue guarantee was proposed to City Council today. The company is hoping to receive $1.5 million to create more services and routes in order to attract more people to the local airport. The funding would come from the reallocated, unprogrammed holistic budget stability funds of the city. Council members voiced their concerns about who the actual target audience is and if these added flights would be able to create enough revenue. Jack Penning of Volaire expressed why these destinations are worth the investment.
Those areas have huge collections of people who used to live here and now live there, but the rest of their family still lives here. So the vast majority of this spending is from visiting what we call VFR, visiting friends and relatives. Visiting friends and relatives is the single largest segment of air traffic in the world. It's almost 60% of everyone on an airplane.
And also worth noting, Volaire staff talked about the major impacts that the pandemic had on this industry, including the decrease of passengers per day at RST, the pilot shortages happening around the country, and the increase of overall costs to maintain planes. Cami?
All right, and Emma, I know the City Council had touched on this briefly, rebuttaling with, well, why couldn't Mayo Clinic provide some of the funding instead of using tax dollars for these flights? Is that a possibility?
Yes, so that was talked about, but because these are more focused on, like he was saying, visiting friends and families, it's not really impacting Mayo in that way, so it's not helping the business, and so they're not really looking towards Mayo. But it is very convenient that there are Mayo clinics in both Arizona and Florida.
Yeah, so definitely a good topic there. And we do know, thank you, Emma, we do know today's presentation was a request for action item, meaning it was just a time for feedback, so no decisions were made today.